Hello. So today I have for you a TBR. You could call it an August TBR, because it is the end of July. But I don't know. Given how much I've been reading, it is entirely likely I'll finish this way before the end of August. So this is just TBR as of July 30th, 2023. The way I chose this TBR is a lot different than I normally do. Normally there's a lot more randomness involved in how I choose my TBRs, but my book wall is not yet set up. And my last TBR was chosen, but I just grabbed a couple of random bags. But this time I was like, I want to pick books out of these bags. So I just ripped open bags and grabbed whatever looked interesting. The first two were off my latest book haul. So they're ones that were not in bags, and they're ones that I have bought very recently. First up, I do have Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle. Very excited, very excited. So this is a horror novel by Mr. Chuck Tingle, who is famous, infamous, however you want to say, for erotica short stories that are just absolutely out there and wild. I wonder if he's got a list of them in here, because I don't know if this is his first, no, I said this is his first traditionally published work. I'm excited. I've read a couple of his stories actually. It's very short, it's a little horror novel. It's about I believe a girl who goes to conversion camp. I want to say it's the 90s. I don't know if it is or not, but I do know that she's at conversion camp, and that's that. Next is Frat Wars by Saxon James, which is a self-published. This one was like self-published Kindle Unlimited romances, but this is obviously not on Kindle. It's a paperback. What? I just flipped open and I just thought, I am covered in piss. God damn it! So there's that. But this is a gay romance about these two, I believe, rival frat presidents. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna read it, and I feel like it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be fun. We are on a trend here. Next, I have Bandfags. So this takes place in the 80s. I believe these two guys are friends, and there's probably some sort of gay stuff happening. Filled with biting wit and pitch-perfect observations, Bandfags is an exhilarating novel about lust and love, about the friendships that define and sometimes confine us, and about coming of age and coming to terms with the end of innocence and the beginning of something terrifying, thrilling, and completely unpredictable. So yeah, there's that. It's pretty thick. I'm reading this. And then I've got two easy little little things. I am collecting both of these series. I think I might already have this. Their childhood series that I really loved as a kid. Obviously, their childhood series. First up is Animorphs. I have volume 20, The Reunion, which I don't believe I have yet. So that's awesome. I've been collecting these series in their original covers. And I don't have all of them, so this is exciting. I'll be reading this, and this is my collection. And then the other series is Goosebumps. I've got Say Cheese and Die. I think I do have this one, but once I finish this, the one I have is in way worse condition than this, so this one will probably replace that one. So I've got this. Then I've got a young adult contemporary that is Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. I read something else by this woman. I forget what it was called. I think this is her first book, so I don't think that they're going to tell me what it's called. Do you have Permanent Record. I read Permanent Record, and it was decent. I liked it. It was a fun time. I don't really know what this is about. I know that I have a feeling it's kind of like a sleepy young adult contemporary, probably depressing, but kind of, like slow paced. Chill. So I'll be reading this. And then I've got some Clive Barker short stories. I really enjoy Clive Barker. I have found out though that I like his short stories a lot more than his novels. I really love The Great and Secret Show. It was amazing and perfect in every single way. Every other novel or novella I've read by him, I've been pretty mad on. Like, it's been good and the writing's fabulous, obviously, but it hasn't really caught my attention. But one thing that consistently I love every single time with Clive Barker is his short stories. And so I do have In the Flesh, which is short stories. Oh, nice. I bought this off of eBay, I'm pretty sure. It just says thanks. No problem, man. This is, how many stories? Like 5 or so in here? Four stories in here. It looks very similar to my copy of The Inhuman Condition. I have a nice little hardcover of that. So this will look very nice. A little bit shorter, but they will look real nice next to each other. So that's one. Yeah, I'm excited to read this. I love, like I said, Barker's writing is beautiful in every single way. So there's this. I will also be reading The Game by Barry Lyga. This is the second book in the I Hunt Killer series. I read I Hunt Killers like 2 times. And so I figure it's maybe time to continue on. I don't own the 3rd book in the series, but given that it's taken me so long to read book 2, that's probably okay. Let's say the Hat Dog Killer. I thought it said the Hot Dog Killer, and I was a little confused. Then I've got another Goosebumps book. I've got How I Got My Shrunken Head. This was a childhood favorite, but I do not think I have a copy of it in my collection. I think my childhood copy, I don't know what happened to it, but I do have this one. It's in very nice condition. So I'll be reading this. And then as I was ripping open bags, I ripped open this one. I was like, what the hell? Well, sure. We'll reread The Way of Kings. So I read the first 2 books in this series years ago. Like, I believe it was like right after I graduated from high school, when Sanderson was super, super big. Obviously he's still super big in the fantasy community, but this is when everyone was getting into fantasy because of this man. I read the first 2 books. I remember enjoying them, and then I didn't touch the series for years and years and years, and then I tried to read the 4th book, and it didn't go well. So I figure I would start over. I got this beautiful, nice hardcover. We're gonna start over. We're gonna reread. We're probably gonna, again, wait 2 years before I read the 2nd one, but I remember how much I just loved Kaladin. So goddamn, so good, so good. So I'll be rereading this. Then I've got a thriller, and that is The One by John Mars. This is about this like dating app that pairs you up based on DNA tests, which sounds super fun. I've seen it around quite a bit, and apparently it's a fun time. And I feel like it looks like a fun time, and thrillers are always quick and easy and a fun time. So there's that. Then I've got a comic that is Blunt Man and Chronic by Kevin Smith, with Michael Avon Oeming, Pat Gary, and Mike Allred, which is obviously deals with the Views universe. On the back here we've got advertisement for Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. So we'll read this. It'll be a fun time. And I've got a manga. I've got is volumes 7 through 9 of D. Gray Man. Am I reading this in order? No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. I'm a menace when it comes to series and manga and stuff like that. If I don't really care about a manga series, I will not read it in order. I'll just have random copies of random volumes, and I'll just read them whenever. But I'll read this. Yeah, it'll be a fun time. Then I've got, I believe this is like, I think this is a little bit older. It takes place in the 90s. It was published in okay, so it's not super old, it just takes place in the 90s. This is Dryland by Sarah Jaff. I believe, like, this takes place in the 90s, deals with HIV, AIDS, this girl growing up in Portland. I think she's gay. So yeah, I'll be reading this. And then I've got this book that I won from Goodreads years ago, that I grabbed out of the bag just because it's super, super short and I just never read it. It is I Survived COVID-19 by Anthony Galeno. Like I said, I won this from Goodreads years ago. It's like 40 pages long. It's about this guy who has COVID, and I go in 2020, so it's signed. It's personalized to me. So I'll read this. And then I've got, finally, the last book on this TBR, P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han, which is the 2nd book in the All the Boys I've Loved Before series. I read To All the Boys I've Loved Before multiple times. I've read it twice, or just once, and like I'm pretty sure it's still marked as reading on Goodreads. There's a long story. We're talking about novels and stuff like that. But I do have this, and I will be reading it, finishing it up, and then I can read the 3rd book at some point and actually finish the series. But yeah, that is that. Can I pick all these? I don't know if I can. We'll see. Oh, okay. Oh, we've made it. So this is my TBR. I don't know if we want to say it's my August TBR, or if I think we're just going to say it's my TBR as of July 30th, 2023 because I may finish it long before August ends. I don't know, with this bad boy in there, that might complicate some things. But yeah, that's that. That's what we'll be reading next. My goal is to build the book wall soon, because I'm all done unpacking from our move. I gotta do some organizational things in the office. I've got to organize my movies, I've got to organize my music, and I've got to build the book wall. So once that's built, then it's going to be back to more randomized TBRs. This one was just very much like I was just ripping open bags. It was like, sure. So yeah, that is that. That's where we're at right now. I'll talk to you later, and goodbye.